Hello everyone, so good evening and welcome back. This is part 3 of Introduction to Python. So in this we will be heavily focusing on like list, tuples, their basic functionalities and like what advanced features we can explore in Python, how to code them effectively in Python, what mindset you have to keep like while you code all those features and how to approach a particular problem when you face across that in the for the same. So till now, part one and part two, you can watch out. These cover the basics of Python, all the theoretical concepts, oops, and like how to write a basic program structure and everything. So once you're done with that, let's start with part three. Okay, guys. So these are the topics we'll be covering in part three, as I've mentioned. Just to give you a brief overview, what we have covered in part two as well. So basically, the implementation part of whatever theories we have gone through in the part one. Python basics, what it does, how to write a Python program syntax, how to approach a problem, how to derive the code from pseudocode, um, how to look for the certain like statement in particular languages so that you don't forget the syntax of it as well. And what are the common methods and approaches you can use to learn any programming language, not just Python as well. Some basic of OOPs, class and objects, their implementation code-wise, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, all those. So go through this video and watch that ones also. Now we will be covering some advanced concepts in the Python, and that will be enough for as of now to start with the machine learning concept. Rest you can explore it as much as you can. For the dev part, there are many libraries, many operations you can do with Django, Flask. So you can explore in that way if you want to do development in Python and for other stuff as well. So as this is heavily machine learning focused, we will be covering like basic overview of Python, some advanced concepts, and then we will be moving towards the main machine learning part, starting with NumPy and Pandas and other libraries as well. So starting with data types, list, tuple, dictionary. Let me include one more set in them, like what basic functionality does each provide and how to look for the functions. And as I've told you before also, like in Python, if you're given any problem, what are the steps? Identify the problem, brainstorm. Think if there is an existing function in Python for that particular set, particular problem. If no, create one. If yes, use that one. And so similarly, we will be like focusing on list, what all functionalities does it have and how we can use that. Okay, so yeah, you can come here, go to any website. They all have the same documentation, whatever you find easier. So how to create the list? List, as I have mentioned, you can create in the square brackets. What are the properties of list? They are mutable. The most important thing. By mutable, it means like if you create an object A and you define that list. So if you want to change any element in the list, that element will be updated in that particular object. It will not create a new object in the memory. So that is opposite of tuple. So what happens in tuple, it is similar kind. But if you want to update an element inside the tuple, it will create a new reference of that object and update that element in the object. So now we have the old one and the new one in the memory as well. We only see the new one because the variable points to the new one now, but old one also stays in the memory and it goes memory wastage until the garbage collector collects it. So it is advisable to use list for when you have mutable objects and tuple when you have immutable, when you don't want to change the object. So okay, list of integer, list of strings, mixed data types you can create of any type. uh, Print what you can see the output, or they have the runner as well. So yeah, similar output using list constructor. Basically a is equals to list and you list down the elements in the brackets. So whatever you want, if you will print it, you will get that. And yeah, one more thing, if you pass a string in the double quotes, not just in the single, in the double quotes, so what happens is it will divide each character into a separate what you say element. create a list with the expected elements 2 into 5. So yeah, 2 5 times, 0 into 7 times, like that. Just focus on the brackets. These whenever you see the square brackets, it means we are creating the list in it. Accessing list elements. Yeah, indexing, as I've told you before, indexing in Python and any language starts from 0 till n, which what is the length of that particular function. Let me just update if you can get len a or print that as well. Print len. Perfect. So output, and you will also see the length 5. So if you print at 0, this will be 0 1 2 0 1 2 3 4 till 4. If you want to, if you print the 4, it will give you 50. Otherwise it will give you like that. So a at 0 10, minus 1, negative indexing starts from the last element. So from minus 1 to minus n, that you have to remember. For the negative indexing, it will go to minus 1 to minus n, because why? um, it's very simple, a common sense. We have already used 0. So if you refer it by 0, it will point to this, but minus 1, it will point to this. 1 to 4, as I've already mentioned, this is a slicer function. So what it does, start from 1 till 4, one step at a time. So till 4 means 4 minus 1 till 3, 1 2 3. Print elements at 1 2 3 indexes respectively, and move one at a time. If you can give the step as well. Yeah, move two step at a time, 1, then move to step 4, it will not print the 30. So this is a slicer function, starting and minus 1, and how much step you want to take. So yeah, some simple functions. If you want to add any element into the list, it's very simple. You just apply the append. Append, it will end at the end of the list. Extend is basically multiple times append. So extend, you define the all the elements, and it will like insert all those elements at the end of the list. So basically you just, okay, what does extends do? Extend list 1 with list 2. So it just combines two lists and the later part at the end. Append is just used for particularly inserting an element. Insert, you provide a specific element at a specific position, like insert this element at that respective index. Okay, so one of the most common questions some beginners might have, 0 1 2. Suppose if I want to insert 10 at 1, so where it will be? 0, here will be 10, and the original at 1 will move shift towards the right side. Clear? Remove all items. It's just basically like you are emptying the memory reference in there. uh, Clear for them. Updating elements into list. Yeah, you can just simply update. That's how you access the element, and if you put any value to that, that value will be updated inside the list. So okay, removing elements. Pop is just basically the function of the step. It removes the um, element at the particular index, but in, okay, yeah, pop at index 1, so that element will be removed. It removes the instance of the element. So that's the difference between remove and pop. Remove, you pass the like instance, you give the value like remove this element from the list, and what it does, it will search the list starting from the beginning, and till when it finds the first occurrence of that element, it will remove that. Like suppose if I have 230, and then you apply remove, so what happens is after remove 30, yeah, it will remove only the first occurrence, pop index 1, and delete is just simple like that also. uh, it just basically does not return anything. What does pop do? Pop returns a value, like popped value is a dot, like you are removing that value from the list and you're assigning it to some other variable. It returns, okay, so in simple engineering terms, what does pop do? Pop is a function that is defined to remove the instance from the list and it returns an particular element, whatever element you are calling. So, okay, let me just type it down. So, pop index, sorry, not in Python. So, suppose you got whatever you want to do here. Um, Intel is equals to list at that particular index. And what it does internally, let me just tell you in that list I equals to list I. Okay, no, a dot list a starting from 0 till that index. So it will not include that index. Focus here very carefully. Dot extend uh, list that only. Okay, not we have an element in A. So the new list will be a dot list now. Something, yeah. Here we have the list and um, okay, yeah. List is a keyword. Sorry, we don't use that. Just use something like array. Just to avoid the confusion. And how we define the new list. That sometimes happens with me. Append, insert, print, access. Huh. Okay, we don't need anything here. Extend add. So just focus on the um, code functionality. It starts from here till n plus 1. That's the main thing you have to do. And if you don't know n, so length of, so you do not miss the last element. What it will does basically is, suppose, let me just do a dry run for you. Let's say ARR we have, and I have called function pop with, let's say 2. So what it does, it will assign the return type, something you have to run pop 2. So how it does its operation. So what happens in A? ARR at I, not at I. Basically, let's keep this I and pass it here as I. Okay, so pop to what it does? It will assign I with what is the value of I? Uh, to index. What is it? 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. So value of A will be 3 as per this line. And now ARR will be new list starting from 0 till I means I minus 1. So 2 minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2 dot extend. What does extends to? It will insert the new list at the end. So what's that list? Um, ARR from I plus 1. So 2 plus 1, 3. Starting from 3. So 4, 5. Length plus 1, basically length is here is 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 minus 1, 6. Add 6, 7. Oh, okay. starting from zero indexing. So this might work. So length of our AR is 6. So 6 minus 1, 5 till 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth element we have to include. That's how you get that. And that's how pop function works. And returning A means you are returning what? 3. What is that index? And the difference between pop and delete. Okay. Pop and delete is basically delete does not have this state. So that's how these like operations, these functions are defined internally in Python. Um, iterating, you can use a simple for loop as you have discussed. Matrix is just basically a two-dimensional list. You all have like gone through matrix in your elementary school for elementary school in mathematics as well as in engineering. So it's just a two-dimensional array in programming terms. And of course, row starts on 2. So zeroth row, first row, second row. So first row, okay, means this. Column, zeroth column, first column, second column means this. First row, second column, 6. Rest all the operation is same. X square for x in range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Square of till 5. Yes. Store list element. Yeah. And a boolean true. Elements are stored using the index. Yeah, that's all I've told you. It's just that simple length of the list. List travel, so you can do it by simple for loop as you mentioned for I in range, and you mentioned the length. Some of the list. Okay, let's just do some hands-on here as well. A is equals to 1, 2, not 1, 2, A, B, keep it simple here. For I in range, len of A, print to A at a simple, iterating over all the elements. And if you want to do some particular operation, if like if you want to search for an element, particular element, if A at I equal to B, I don't want it to print B, so at that time just continue and let's add two more elements. If A at I equal to B, break. So now we all know what will happen. It will print A, C, D, and it will terminate. Uh, okay, not after break, sorry. A, C, D, simple. So that's how you can do the basic operations in list. Now comes tuples. It almost have all the same operations as of list. As you go Okay, so yeah, and now we are done with strings, lists, tuples, dictionary sets, and everything. So I guess yeah, the video timer is pretty lengthy, so we will try and cover like all of these topics the next time. If I try to cover them, it will be a very lengthy video and it will be too difficult for you to read them as well. So till then, like try and explore the basic functionalities, how well you can manipulate the data structures, how well you can look through them like list, how you can do various operations on the list, tuple, dictionary sets. If you're choosing Python as your primary language for DSA as well, try starting with the DSA, like that covers the basic foundations. You can try many things from here as well. Start doing things, and yes, if you like learning just this for machine learning or some other stuff as well, explore in that, like try some practice questions, go to the websites, explore these documentation, explore the latest trends that are coming in, and make sure like you focus on the core implementation, like set how does it operates. You have to keep in mind it's a very important like frequently asked interview question. How does set manages to like look in big of one time? Dictionary as well, the key value pairs, how they are used, why they are used, list and tuple as well. And some basic concepts of the oops, you go through them also as well. And the things that are left, we will try to cover them in the next part. Yeah, so you will keep the document same. I'll update it as well. Like for the fourth one, all these are pending. Let me just write them down to each one. So we'll be covering it in the next time as well. So yeah, go through that, read the documentation, try doing some questions on your own. If you face any doubt in this topic, like regarding any matter, any functionality, whatever you want to do, and if you're not able to grasp anything, or there might be some scenarios like you're encountering some unknown stuff or anything, you feel free to ask in the comments. And yeah, you can ask in the comments as well. You can ask me personally as well on LinkedIn as well. I'll be sharing in the video description. So yeah, make sure you go through the video as well on the whole. Um, Feel free to like, share, and subscribe the channel if you like to. And yeah, you can post on the public threads as well. Hashtag engineering with Dhruv. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.